Fear is bad. Fear gives you sleepless nights. Fear disturbs you. Fear troubles you. Fear is bad, bad, very bad. And you must be free from that fear. In the book of 1 John chapter 4 verse 18, there is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear, because fear has torment. Fear involves torment. I have seen people who have not been able to sleep because they are afraid of something. The moment you are afraid about tomorrow, you spoil tonight. The moment you are afraid to meet somebody, you are afraid, you can't even smile at that person. When you are afraid, when you go to an interview and you are afraid, it shows on your face. When you're trying to do something, when you are afraid, it is not going to allow you to perform to your maximum potential. When you are afraid, you will take wrong decisions and fall deeper in a pit. My brothers and sisters, don't tolerate fear in your life. God expects us to be free of fear. When Jesus came to his disciples walking on the water, first thing he said, do not fear. In the Bible, the word fear not or do not fear is used more than 365 times. Because God knows how dangerous fear can be. Whether it is the fear of people, whether it is the fear of future, whether it is the fear of devil, whether it is the fear of loneliness, even if it is a wrong kind of the fear of God, it is going to torment you day and night. Many times we tolerate our fears. Many times we, unnecessarily hide our fears. You remember that story when the master gave talents to his servants and said, go and do something with it. One had 5, one had 2, and one had 1. So what these people with 5 and 2 talents did is they went and traded. It's not that they didn't have anxieties. It's not that they were not wondering that whether they will get returns or not, but they put their fear aside and stepped out in faith. When you are in the world, the devil will try his best to bring fear in your life. Maybe because of the comments of the people, maybe because of your previous experience, and sometimes fear may come out of nothing. But when it comes, it troubles you. And this man who had just 1 talent, what he did is he gave in to fear, he acted upon his fear, and he hid his talent under the ground. What happened? He thought that his talent is secured. But ultimately, when the master came, he took that talent away. What God wants you is to move ahead, and what devil wants you is to stop you from moving ahead. Therefore, my brothers and sisters, we need to be careful about tolerating any kind of fears. Remember what Bible says in the book of James chapter 4:7, submit to God and resist the devil and the devil will flee from you. You submit to God and resist the fear, fear will flee. I always remember one incident in my hometown. There was, when I was 4 years old, I think it was in 1972, 2-3 or something like that time. We used to have sometimes extended power cuts, and sometimes 3-4 days together there would be no current. But that one particular day there was no current, and it was late in the night, and it was we were just in our veranda, we were sitting, and then our maid who was working for us, she went in one particular room of our house to get something, and she came out screaming. She said there is a ghost, and she was sweating and she was pale out of shock. I was a small boy. Now what I did is, I got up, I walked into that room, I faced that fear. I walked into that room and I realized it was just a white cloth that she was afraid of. I brought that white cloth out and showed, what happened out of that? I was never been afraid of that darkness. My brothers and sisters, don't allow fear to torment you, but submit to God, resist that fear, and fear will flee. God bless you.